Welcome back to Tell the World podcast. I'm your host, Ota. I hope you guys are having a blessed evening. So, Kamala Harris is going to be joining forces with Biden. Will this be good or will this be bad? Will this be the one or the two people that are going to defeat Donald Trump and get him out of office? Will this be good for America? Is America ready for this? Are you ready to vote for Biden and Kamala Harris to defeat Donald Trump? We have to see. Now, Kamala Harris has a crime record in California where she, a lot of people in California didn't like her criminal justice record based on, some of your black and brown people getting arrested. So I'm trying to figure, will this be right for Biden having her right along with him to get those black votes to defeat Donald Trump? Because this is California. She's coming from California. So this is going to be something interesting that I'm looking at. And so I'm hoping that, it goes the right way. We'll see if it goes the right way. But it's just something that doesn't feel right about that. Will this backfire on Biden's campaign? We saw this happen many times. You get a vice president beside you to work with you and to get voted in there, and sometimes your politics and some of the things that you guys don't agree with, and you come together. It may not be for everybody because everybody knows your record. So let's hope that works. Meanwhile, press conference with Donald Trump today, and his comments about her coming in was okay, but he seems to say things towards women again, like what a nasty woman. He called her a nasty woman. This is Donald Trump saying things that he gets it starts to stir the pot up. And it starts to make it brew a little bit, give you some insight on how he feels about the situation. So we would hope that this goes the way it should goes, by November, people will be voting. So let's see if that works with Kamala Harris. I'm just looking at her criminal justice record, and that killed her, when she was trying to run to be president, she started protesting around and going to different cities, but I'm not sure if the state of California really wanted her, or has her voice been heard enough? Do everybody know about her? A lot of people don't know about her. And a lot of people don't know about her politics, so, when she didn't get nominated to keep going as being president, or her numbers wasn't looking right, she just dropped off and just canceled her campaign, and she just stopped it, She felt like, she wasn't going to meet the votes, as in people voting for her. I'm looking here how her policies in the past, those past 5 years, which was around 2004, 2015. She was a San Francisco district attorney, and she was in California as an attorney general. And, some of her tactics of arresting people that had maybe criminal behaviors, some of these people that were getting arrested, they had no records. They were being handcuffed. They were being arrested. And they were always seemed to be, black and brown men who didn't have weapons on them, they had low-level drug crimes, and these people that got prosecuted for low-level crimes, they had records. They went to jail, you know, and this didn't sit well in the community. This didn't sit well up in San Francisco. It was just a debate of uh, black and brown men getting arrested for just low-level drug crimes. Could have been just marijuana, and they were getting arrested. And they had to serve time, for that. And so I believe this is what a lot of people were looking at her record, because during that time, a lot of black and brown men did get arrested. And it kind of bites you in the ass when you're trying to go run for office and move up within your career. So I would hope that this works out for her. And I just hope that this doesn't work against Biden, he had to make a decision on electing a black person. I mean, it was already told to him that this is what he's going to have to do the right thing, vote somebody in there within his campaign, run for office with him to defeat Donald Trump, to get Donald Trump out of office. So let's hope that this doesn't kill his campaign. We remember how John McCain, when he was running for president, and he had the young lady in his campaign, Sarah Palin, and that didn't go right. I mean, it just was a disaster for his campaign, and we saw that he didn't even win. So let's just hope that works for Biden. I hope it does, but I feel funny about it. It just doesn't look it doesn't look good. It's just a point of view of me just seeing it. It doesn't look too good. And once again, Donald Trump is calling her a nasty woman, nasty lady. I guess he feels like she's very rude, just nasty. Donald Trump just knows how to stir that pot up. When he comes in attacking women, he uses the word nasty. So let's hope that he clears that up and just, give her props, for getting there, for getting nominated to be beside Biden, And Pence, which is Donald Trump vice president, they're saying that if he wins again, Trump wins again, Pence may not be in his vice president. So, but that's just rumors. Let's hope that Donald Trump keeps Pence and they keep it moving. I mean, I don't see anybody else that would probably want to work beside Trump in his campaign. Usually when Donald Trump hires people, they usually resign, they quit, or Donald Trump just fires them and get rid of them. So let's just hope that Pence still have a job if Trump gets elected. Let's talk about the NBA. The NBA is doing good. The bubble thing is working. The bubble thing is just working so great. No cases. Nobody has no viruses. It's just been working. It's been good. That in-house bubble thing is really working. It just speaks volumes about what our social distance should be. I guess being outside is the problem amongst each other. I mean, because they do confuse you. They confuse you with saying that the social distancing outside is something that we don't want to do, like, go to restaurants, go to movies. So they would rather for us to stay home, which is still kind of weird because I know that these guys are not going out because they're inside the bubble. So that's the only thing that I question sometimes, like, they're amongst each other. So you try to understand how this infection virus spreads. Is it outside? Is it coming from other people who are infected? This is what the bubble that the NBA is doing right now. They're staying in a bubble. The people that are in that bubble stay in that bubble. They don't go out. They don't mingle. They don't go to restaurants. They don't go take pictures. They don't do commercials. They're inside the bubble. They play games and they go back to their hotel inside that bubble. And I think it's working great. Meanwhile, we still have to keep wearing our masks to protect ourselves and to protect the families that's out there too. They keep saying so many different things. They're saying that the mask is still, some of the masks that we are wearing are still not effective. We can still get it. And then they switch it up and saying that we have to, anybody that's leaving in and out your doors at home, you should be wearing masks inside your home. There's a lot of things that you have to do to protect yourself from this coronavirus. So guys, if you're out there in public, wear your mask. Just protect yourself. When you come home, just protect yourself inside your home as well. Wash your hands, wash your mask when you come from outside, and protect the people in your family. Because, we don't know how long this coronavirus is going to still be around, because it's really affecting our livelihoods, how we move, how we make money. It's just a hard thing right now. So hopefully we just keep working together, and, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for the other people that's around you, do it for your kids, and just look out for one another. It's really important that we keep wearing that mask. So we got baseball. Baseball is still, not looking good for St. Louis. They're going to have to be delayed for some games because they have too many issues with too many people in their organization that contracted the coronavirus. So we don't even know if their team lead is going to still be in baseball. I mean, it's just that bad. And you have to remember, they don't have a bubble. So they're out there playing games, and then they go home around their families. This is real bad, because not only some of those guys got infected, but let's just hope that no one's in their families get infected too. So baseball should have had a bubble, but they didn't. So we hope that they do try to stay safe. If they can do anything different, I think the bubble would be great for baseball. And I know the college teams, they're still debating about, doing college football. But, could they have the bubble? Or better yet, is any of these sports right now that we're having, is it important in our lives right now that we watch them play? For some of these teams that don't have bubbles, we're watching them put their lives at risk, put their families at risk, just basically put all of themselves at risk around each other, contracting this virus. So I believe that college should just put it on hold. They want to just put it on hold, but maybe they should just cancel it. Just cancel all of this, because it won't be worth doing once games start to play. And then it won't be worth it if we have to watch these young men out there contract this virus, because you have to look out for their health. That their health is so important, because they're young, and some of these guys, they're muscular, they're real big, and we don't want them catching this coronavirus. It's just going to be dangerous for them, real dangerous. And so I believe all colleges that's got sports, football and basketball, they should just wait it out, because this year 2020 is just not good for us all. Everything has been put at a halt for us, and our lives are all different in so many ways. I was looking on Dallas News, how they had the food line. Like, this line was so long, people were there 6 o'clock in the morning, they were giving, free food for people who needed it. And this is how bad this virus has stopped a lot of people from doing things. They're out of work. They don't have enough money. You have to pay bills, but then you need food. Then you're caught between that web of your bills and food, and just basically just living. And even though they did pass the bill, well, Donald Trump says, I signed an executive order for them to continue their unemployment to the end of this year. It's a good thing, the money from what was it, 1,200? Was it 1,200? Yeah, they were getting 1,200, and then they knocked it down a little bit. Or was it? Yeah, it was 1,200, 600, and then within their unemployment, they was getting their money. So the money, and then I think they're $200 short, based on. Donald Trump is saying that the state should pay the extra $100. It's like, they don't want to give the money so the people can, try to live. It's like they don't want to give the money, instead of just signing this bill where it would be enough for these people to get through this year. They're fighting. The Democrats, the Republicans are fighting on what should be given to the people. Should we extend their unemployment? Should we give them that extra money? It's a doggy world out there. Meanwhile, we had other countries like Europe, they had canceled everything. They had suspended mortgages and rents and gave their people $2,000 a month. Now, I don't know who's richer, but to see our country out there fighting on what they should give the people in this pandemic is very depressing, it's sickening, and we just see how some of the things that are going on right now that we may see on the news and that we may know of somebody who's really struggling out there, That's what really matters. The real stories about people who are really struggling out here. It's not easy. And keep in mind, they haven't even found a cure for this yet. Russia claims that they have a cure. Putin has, people have created a vaccine, and he says that his daughter has tried out this vaccine, and she's doing better now because she contracted the coronavirus. But a lot of people don't feel like it's a good thing to be taken because it's not fully tested on enough people to be sure that this vaccine will work, because testing is so important. You got to go through your phase 1, your phase 2 of testing, your phase 3. This really has to be confirmed. This test has to go through people. It's not like they're gonna use it on animals. They have to use this on people to see any side effects. So could Russia have the vaccine? Possibility. Some people say don't try it, don't take it. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Meanwhile, United States, they're still working on a vaccine. And so we know that we can't have an early vaccine too soon. Donald Trump feels like we're going to have one maybe before November or maybe after November, after the election. Wow, we'll see about that one. We're being put between politics. We're being put through so much that's just hitting us all. Is that our country just looks bad right now. Like it's actually war out there. People are trying to survive. They're trying to take care of their families, and they're going through all of this. So we just have to just keep praying and hope that everything goes all right, and we make it through all of this. It's never easy, but we have to stick together. We have to help each other out and protect ourselves. Protect your home, protect the people in the house that you live with right now. That comes first. And if we can help anybody outside of our home, that's good. It's just good karma that'll come back to you. So I'm still just shocked that Biden picked Kamala Harris. I mean, there were other candidates that he could have picked. So, we see this big outburst with those two right there. When she had the story of her getting on the bus and she had to catch the bus to school, and Biden's, some of his policies prevented her from catching a bus where she had no school buses in her neighborhood because of, I believe these were policies, and these policies get passed down into your states, and everything is determined by where you live and what school you go to. So it's good to see two people who have different politics work together. But will these two be enough to defeat Donald Trump? How will this go? I mean, this is the month of October. We got September. Then we got November coming. So we got, maybe September and August, and we have October. So let's just say we got almost 2 months. Not almost 2 months, we have 2 months. And so let's see how this really goes. Like, will this be good for everybody? Like, have you decided your vote yet? People are voting right now, but we need to see a lot more here from these two. You know, we know Donald Trump politics. We know how he's carrying on right now. But will those two be enough to defeat Donald Trump? Because basically he's a one-man game. And we watched him defeat Hillary like she was nothing. We watched him defeat all the other candidates like they were nothing. He swept them all. He got elected. And so through this pandemic and our racial differences between each other, let's just hope that we can just push all this to the side so we can get our country back the way it should be, and let's bring our differences together and try to work together and change. We shouldn't have racism because we all live in this world. We shouldn't be conquering and dividing against each other. We should be trying to help each other grow. But that's politics for you. You know, not everybody can be rich and not everybody can be poor. I didn't say anything about the middle class because they're practically getting eliminated too as well. Or if we still do have a middle class. Well, guys, that concludes my podcast. And you guys, make sure you just take care of yourselves and try to, protect yourself, protect your families, and wash those hands. And if you're going to vote for anybody, vote for the people based on what they can do for you, do for your family, do for your community. And don't forget to vote for the people that's in your community. You know, those other people that we tend not to look at. Vote for those people too. You know, we're going to make changes. Let's not just change it for the world, but let's try to change it in our own communities too. You guys have a blessed evening. And that concludes Tell the World podcast.